Hey everybody, welcome back to Magic Orthodoxy. My name's David, and this is a Magic Review. Hey, today we're going to look at Galaxian from Stephen Tucker and Kmart Magic. All right, what is Galaxian? Galaxian is a video game from the 1980s. I mean, that's really what it is. But this is a new version, or it's Stephen Tucker's version of Out of This World. If you don't know Out of This World is a trick where you hand your spectator a deck of cards. They take the deck face down, and then based on feeling, they separate the deck into two piles, red and black. About halfway through, you have them switch it up. You say, okay, this pile is no longer the red pile, and this pile is no longer the black pile. Let's switch them up, and then they continue. And then once they have dealt through the entire deck, you show them that they dealt through the cards exactly how they thought, and they had successfully separated all the reds and all the blacks. In Stephen Tucker's version, the spectator is handed the deck face up. Now, initially, I think this is going to surprise magicians, and they're not going to understand what's going on, because this is not how Out of This World goes. You hand them the deck face up, and then you tell them to either look you in the face while they deal, or just to close their eyes and deal. And then they proceed to go through the entire deck feeling red or black, and they deal them face up. And then they open their eyes, and you show them that they weren't successful, obviously, because nobody can do that. And all the piles are seen to have a mixture of both red and black. And then you tell them that that is not the red and black that they were dividing. You then proceed to flip the cards over, and they see that they have separated the deck into red and black backs. It is an Out of This World with a surprise ending that nobody sees coming. All right, so a couple questions we always ask about every Magic review, and the first of which is, what's in the box? What's in the box? You're gonna get like a plastic cellophane bag. Inside that, you're gonna get the deck. The deck is completely ungimmicked. There's nothing gimmicked about the deck at all. It is simply a standard deck that has a half red back section and a half black back section. That's it. And you'll get a little color booklet that actually contains the written instructions, but there is also a online YouTube code that'll give you access to a 7-minute YouTube video. Is it what I thought? It's absolutely what I thought. It's Out of This World with different colored backs instead of different colored faces. I pretty much guessed that it wouldn't be gimmicked either, and it's not. As far as angles and inspectability goes, I think angles wise, there's the recommendation in the video to have the spectator stare you in the face while they deal. But I think there's a little bit of a flaw with that, because peripheral vision still works. If you're staring at somebody straight in the face and you're dealing down cards to the table, I mean, do it right now as you watch this. Like, just you don't even need a deck of cards. Just deal down imaginary cards to the table and just stare straight forward. You're still gonna see your hand moving. No matter how low you move your hand, you're still gonna see your thumb and your hand moving, and so your peripheral vision will still see the cards. So even if the spectator stares at you in the face, they're still gonna know red and black just based on peripheral vision. They're gonna cheat. So my suggestion is have them close their eyes. Or you could even do this blindfolded. If you feel comfortable enough to have a spectator be blindfolded while they do this, I think that would be a funny addition to this, but I would just encourage them to close their eyes, or have someone stand behind them and put their hands over their faces, or you do it, depending on how comfortable you are with the spectator. I think that would work. As far as inspectability afterwards, of course, the cards can be inspected because there's nothing to find. All right, so what's the overall quality and production value of the video? Like I said, the video is only 7 minutes, 33 seconds. It's not that long. I think initially whenever I see an instruction video and it's short, that immediately clues me in that it's not difficult, right? The trick isn't hard. It's not a hard trick if it's only 7 minutes, and I think anybody who's already familiar with Out of This World is gonna catch on really quickly. Liam is just shooting this in the Big Blind Media Red Room, where most Big Blind Media tricks are shot, but this is actually Liam Montier's release through Kmart Magic, but he's just using their set. Has all the same kind of microphone and camera angles that you would expect from a BBM video. As far as what's taught, like I said, it's only 7 minutes, so he's just gonna go over the setup, what you get in the box, and how to perform the trick. Is it well made? They're standard United States Playing Card Company cards, everything you'd expect from Bicycle. All right, so how much practice does this require? What's the skill level? It's really no easier or harder than than Out of This World. It requires the same funny business that Out of This World requires. You have to do a setup, right? You have to have some initial setup, okay? And you have to do a little bit of finagling at the end before you reveal, just like the standard Out of This World. So performers who are already familiar with Out of This World will slide into this easily. How much setup and reset is there? There's hardly any. You're just separating the colors back into red and black, which they pretty much already are. So the setup is almost instantaneous. Positives. All right, so what are the positives to this effect? Galaxian is a nice twist on the Out of This World effect. The kicker ending would certainly surprise a magician who's familiar with this trick. Negatives. All right, so what are the negatives to this effect? You know, like we say around here, there's negatives to everything. These are just the negatives that I saw. They don't have to be the negatives that you see. First off, it doesn't feel as natural as the standard Out of This World effect. I think the standard Out of This World effect feels more natural. The cards are upside down. You can't see the faces, and you're doing this based on feel, like getting an intuition. Having the cards face up and closing your eyes, or having the cards face up and having your spectator stare straight ahead, it just feels like anybody who's watching this trick is going to see that the person isn't doing it right. So they're either going to make noises or laugh or, I don't know. Why do it like this? Why? The motivation behind it doesn't feel as natural. Why do it like this? There needs to be a reason why you're doing it. If you're doing it just for the sake of the kicker ending, then that's not good enough to do that. I mean, it's not a good enough motivation, right? It just doesn't feel natural. I feel like the only reason to do this would be to trick a magician, because they're already familiar with Out of This World. So you're already kind of putting them onto an unsafe territory. They're like, why am I doing Out of This World face up, right? How are you gonna make this work? So I can see how it would be a surprise for them, but for the layman, I don't know. I think the standard Out of This World is just as good. Is it worth your money? It's 20 bucks, $20, and like I said, you're getting a standard deck, and it's just separated by color, and you're getting a 7-minute video. So you'd have to decide for yourself if you think this is right for you. Who would like this? I think anybody that collects Out of This World effects. I think anybody that loves Leamante and just loves to watch him teach. He's a great teacher, and he always has wonderful ideas, and this trick from Stephen Tucker is certainly creative. All right, so that's everything I can say about Galaxian from Stephen Tucker. I, of course, want to thank Murphy's Magic Supplies for allowing me to have this trick so that I could do the review for you. And if you would like to purchase it for yourself, you can find it wherever quality Murphy's Magic products are sold. Thanks. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.